The black tank was one of those things that I wanted nothing to do with when we started doing this, like nothing.
It was my biggest fear. I know it sounds nasty. Sometimes there's some solids. I won't say what, but you know, toilet paper and some other stuff.
How we treat our tank and take care of the black tank and all the fun stuff that comes with it. Yeah. He likes to sit outside.
Give him a long chair,
you know,
and we just watch the show as, you know, hopefully not too many solids come on down the pipe. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Why Wait. I'm Chris, and as you can see, today we are talking black tanks. We're going to talk about the treatment we use, how to keep these things properly maintained, everything you need to know. It's a question we get all the time, so without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into this.
We got this. That's all there is to it.
Hey guys, welcome back. So today we wanted to do another black tank video. Now we've done a few in the past and we've kind of talked about some of the products we use and some of the methods we use, but well, we have a lot of new subscribers out there. So we kind of wanted to touch base and break it down again and let everybody know what product we use, but not only that, the methods that we use. That's just as important.
Mm-hmm. We've been living in the camper for over 5 years now, full time. And we still get questions about what we treat our tank with and how we treat our tank and take care of the black tank and all the fun stuff that comes with it.
Yeah, it's still one of the most popular questions we get. It's still one of the most popular questions you see on Facebook and other YouTube channels. And there's so many different treatments out there and so many different things. People aren't always too sure what to use. Now, what this company will say is all the products out there are going to claim this is all you need, boast that they're the best, and tell you that, you know, this is one product you need and you're good to go. But what Unique will tell you is that not only do you need the right treatment, but you need the proper habits. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't come down to just putting this in your toilet and then flushing it and your tank is set to go.
Yeah.
That's all you do. You're going to have issues with no matter what treatment you use. So what's cool about Unique is they have like 12 steps, habits to follow for good holding tank habits to keep them clean and prevent clogs and things like that. Working properly. Yeah.
Unique has a ton of different products that you can use for not only your black tank, but also your gray tank. And we'll go over a couple of the different products and what they do.
Yeah, that's what's great with Unique is they actually have a lot of different products, kind of depending on what you're doing with your RV. Whether you're full-time RV living, whether you're going to store it for an extended period of time. They have not only the daily basic treatment product, but then they have things that they recommend that you put in the tanks if you're going to store it for a long time. If you're a full-time RVer, maybe you need to fix your sensors, which never seem to work. So they have a lot of different things, and not only that, but they also have the online help.
Yeah, which is great because there's a lot of questions that, you know, they can answer just by going to their help number.
Yeah, it's cool that you can call the phone number because even if you're using these products and you're still not getting the results you see, or maybe you're having clogs, they're really willing to help you out. And you can call them, explain to them, tell them what you're doing, and they're going to walk you through the process and seeing if you've been doing like the proper habits to begin with or what's going on with your tank. They're not going to just try to sell you the product and that's the last you hear of them.
Yeah. All right, so this is probably the most popular treatment. They have this liquid and they also have pods that you can use. The liquid, all you need is 2 ounces in your tank and you're good to go until you empty it again.
And the pods are really cool because if you find it more convenient, you can just drop the pods in. And they even have the pods that you can drop in as a treatment, and they have the pods that you can drop in, which is a treatment and a cleaner. So after you drop the pod in, you can take the toilet bowl, scrub it around, clean the toilet bowl, and then flush it down. So you're kind of knocking out 2 birds with 1 stone, which is pretty neat.
Yeah.
And I will go on to say that if you're using this Unique RV Digest treatment, don't go using any like antibacterial, like harmful chemicals or anything that's caustic, because this works with like living bacteria and enzymes, okay? That's what's kind of doing the job in your tank. And take it from me, I work on tugboats and we have specific holding tanks out there that uses the same style system where you have like live bacteria, which kind of get down to it, kind of eats the nastiness and breaks it down. And if we were to put like bleach or harsh chemicals down there, that's going to kill the bacteria and enzymes, and it's going to make the treatment unsuccessful. Guys, I'm interrupting this video real quick to tell you about a hot product that just came out. RV Digest It Plus Ultra concentrate. Let's talk about this. What's awesome about this? Just hit the market now. 32 treatments, and right here is significantly stronger than other products, but still cost less. It's only 78 cents per treatment. And my favorite thing about this treatment is the no mess, easy to use way to measure it out in this awesome bottle. All you have to do is squeeze it, get 1 ounce in here, then pour it into your toilet. No more measuring things out or trying to guess or figure out how much you need to put in. This is just like the RV Digest It, just stronger. Still going to eliminate odors by reducing hydrogen sulfide gases. This isn't just masking and cover up scents. It's still going to do the breakdown, just better. It's something you really have to check out. And by the way, did I mention this is USA made? The bottle, the cap, the product inside of it, everything USA made. And you know, we love that. You can even buy and use this stuff in California, which is pretty cool because, well, we know how they can be sometimes. So guys, go online, go to the website, check it out. Awesome stuff. Just came out August 29th. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Now, back to the video.
So if you are using Unique or you start using Unique, you're going to get one of these little handy dandy little cards. It has all sorts of tips for maintaining your tanks and some tips that are pretty important to help you keep from getting the dreaded poo pyramid.
Yeah, like we said, it's not just the product, but it's also your habits of how you go about flushing, using water, and that's one of the biggest keys there. Always use plenty of water. They tell you how long you should hold the pedal down for, how much water to put in the beginning, and how often to empty it. Just all these tips that help.
Super important tips.
Yeah, because it's not just about the product. And so many products out there, they just mask the scent and smells. It's just almost like a perfume kind of thing that just kind of, and usually those are kind of gross, and I'm not going to say any names, but some of them are pretty nasty smelling, almost worse than a dirty black tank to begin with. There's really no scent or smells with this. They're not trying to mask the scent. It's, it's a very good product that we've tested out now in the summertime for a few years, and it has always held up well with that. Yeah.
Something really important that we want to mention is sometimes the black tank handle does not close all the way to the valve.
Yeah, you'll learn this. You go to empty a black tank after a few weeks, you're like, it should be full by now, or you go to empty it and not as much is coming out as it should have been, or nothing's coming out at all. It's not that you have a leak in your underbelly. With these black tanks and gray tanks, there's a gate valve, just like the Valterra gate valve, where it opens and closes. And obviously when you go to close that tank back up, sometimes there's some solids. I won't say what, but toilet paper and some other stuff that actually gets in the way. So when you go to close it, it doesn't seal up all the way. So the poo pyramid starts to build up while all the water and liquids continue to slowly drizzle out of the hose. You're left with all the solids left behind. And then when you go to empty your black tank, you're not getting that big bawoosh and flowing it out. Because when you go to empty the black tank, you want plenty of water in there to push everything out. So a good tip that we do every time we empty the black tank, we fill it back up, we flush it with water, empty it. We fill it back up, flush it with water.
Several times. Usually.
Several times. And right before you go to treatment, after you close that black tank handle and you think the tank is closed, go ahead, have someone fill the toilet bowl up all the way with water. You can even turn your flush back on and have someone outside by the clear elbow. You can use your phones, wherever, and say, okay, go ahead and flush the toilet. And you need to be outside looking at that clear elbow. If she flushes the toilet and you think the black tank is closed, but you start to see some water come down, even just a little bit of trickling, it means the tank handle didn't close, and you need to go back and exercise the handle more, maybe fill it up with water again, flush it, and try to clean out that area so that the black tank handle seals again. And that's just a little tip that a lot of people don't talk about that we've kind of learned over time. It just happens. I know it sounds nasty, but I like to watch my elbow when I empty the black tank. Listen, they give you a clear elbow for a reason. If you don't know what's coming out of there, you don't know what's going on.
He likes to sit outside with
Get him a lawn chair, and we
and
just watch the show as, hopefully not too many solids come on down the pipe. But it's a good tip because as you're flushing the tank and cleaning it out, you need to know when is it clean, is stuff still coming out? And again, that's a good tip, and Unique will recommend the same thing. Close the tank, turn the black flush on if you have one, or use like a Rhino blaster to shoot water back up into the tank. If you do close the tank, set a timer or use a flow meter. We like to use a flow meter. We have one here from Blu Technology. It's heavy duty. Here's another one that doesn't cost quite as much. We'll have links to those below. But these flow meters are important because when it gets about 25, 30 gallons, I know to go ahead and pull that handle and release it again. If you don't use a timer, you're going to get busy doing something else. You're going to walk around and totally forget that you're filling up the black tank.
Yep.
It's going to come out of the toilet and make a total mess. So you want to flush that tank out 2 to 3 times at least, for like 25, 30 gallons of water.
Until
but
the water
set that
runs
timer.
clear coming through the elbow.
Yep. Yep.
However many times it takes.
Exactly, yeah. If the first time you flush it out and you got clear water, good to go. If you're still seeing like some dingy brown water, maybe a few solids in there, do it again, because again, we're trying to keep that gate valve clean as well. So it's always a good thing. And speaking of gate valves, keeping the inside of that gate valve is a good thing, and that's where you want to use the Thetford Lube drain valve lube. It's some red goo. It's basically like an oily lube. You pour that down into your tank after you've emptied them, and they're completely clean. You close the tank, pour that down in there, and that's going to keep that gate valve kind of greased up so that it does move and close good. Just a little tip right there.
So whether you are boondocking, full-time, part-time, anything in between, Unique has got products and tips that are going to work for any way you RV.
Yeah, totally true. It's, you know, whether you're going to store it in storage for a while, whether you need to like restore your black tank sensors, multiple products, multiple uses, they got you guys covered. And again, they have all those tips online if you get stuck or you're having some issues or you just want to learn the proper habits of maintaining black and gray tanks.
Super, super important.
Use a lot of water.
Yes.
Lots of water.
When you think you use enough water, go ahead and use some more.
Use more. Yeah. And not only keeps the smell down, but it keeps things flowing too. Keeps things from clogging up. Trusted from 6 years living in this thing, just about. Never had one clog, knock on wood. So.
Let me say something too. The reason I'm kind of involved in this video a little bit more is because the black tank was one of those things that I wanted nothing to do with when we started doing this, like nothing.
It was her biggest fear.
I saw these horror stories online saying that, you know, it's going to explode or something like that, and I was going to end up wearing the contents of the black tank. Well, I can tell you, in all the years we've been doing this, I have not had that happen, and I have taken care of the black tank
probably more
half
than me.
the time.
Yeah.
I mean, or not more, because he's at work a lot.
Yeah.
So guess what, ladies? You can do this.
Yes, it's not too scary.
It's not bad.
If you maintain the tank correctly and do everything you're supposed to, it pretty much involves opening the handle and closing the handle. That should be the extent of your black tank experience for the most part. Yes, once in a while when you disconnect, you got to clean out the sewer hose or spray it or something like
I'll
that.
let him do that.
Yeah. So, ladies, like she said, you guys can get out there and do this too. It's not hard. Use the correct, proper treatment and products, and it's going to make it a lot easier so that you don't have those clogs, because that's when things do get scary. Yeah. If you're just using some of those cheaper, crappier products that are just trying to mask a smell and not really break anything down. So
sometimes the homemade fixes.
Yeah, some of the homemade methods have been shot down too. Yeah. So now, if you guys are looking for these products, you can find them in most of your RV stores. We're going to have links down below. Amazon links, a link to their website where you can get all this stuff, and some of the other things that we talked about today as well. And we'll have some related videos in the description below as well if you want to learn a little bit more about black and gray tank things and some other products and other things in the past that we've done to the tanks. Guys, as always, don't let black tanks scare you away from getting out there and starting your full-time RV adventure, because...
why wait?
Yeah, that's it. We will see you guys next week.